Oh well, I hope you've had a good day. I went and ran some errands, paid my handy dandy little car payment. Such a racketeering. They know we all need vehicles, to get from point A to point B. And it's funny because it reminded me of a conversation I had where it was like, you need about $3,500 to, pay rent, live on your own. No, not really, actually. Actually, I was gonna do a little research on that. Because you got your rent, you got your utilities, you got your car insurance, you got your cell phone, then you got your car payment, and then you've got your, bills, which you're most likely going to have credit cards, clearly. I mean, we can't afford to live, so we're going to have credit cards. We're going to have medical bills, so there's that venture too. And so, yeah, actually, and unfortunately, I don't think that is an accurate number. I'm going to do a little research on that. But I went to Best Buy to get me a handy dandy new burner phone. And the first one I bought was a Verizon. And I was like, I'm staying here until we get this thing working. I learned from my mistakes, okay? And the last time I bought one, last November, I get all the way home and it wouldn't work. And then I called Best Buy and I had to drive it all the way back. And it's like 30, 45 minutes from where I live. So I was like, we're going to fix this. And the guy I worked with was super sweet. I felt bad for him because his tonsils have been bothering him. And he was very patient, very kind. And it's so funny when you can just pick up on energies, people being a little extra. A lot of times it's women. I love my women. I do. I ain't trying to throw shade. I'm really not. But I don't know why women are so competitive with one another. I don't. I've never been very competitive. I've never been a competitive person. I'm very competitive with myself. Very competitive with myself. But when it comes to other people, not at all. I don't compete. I want to see everybody win. I really, truly do. And on my way home, I got to thinking about it. I was like, I wonder when I adopted that characteristic. And I believe that I adopted it when I was a child, when I was younger, because as a young child and growing up in my younger years, I went through a lot of bullying, and I went through a lot of casting away, not being picked for teams or whatever. And even in my family, I was really chastised a little bit, and even from my grandparents a little bit, you know what I mean? But it was all, my grandparents were old souls and they adopted old thinking in different ways, but I know they love me very much, very, very much. And so I adopted the mindset of not competing with others when I was younger because I didn't want to get hurt, because I remember what it felt like to be hurt whenever I competed and I never prevailed or I never got picked. And so I learned as a young child to not compete with people because of how it made me feel. And so I learned that as a young child. And that's something I adopted my entire life. And people in my past, if they were truly honest, they would tell you the truth. I'd never competed. Hello, here's my little dog, River. She just turned 2. But yeah, I think that we so often enough compete with one another. And I get the world is competitive. And I do think it's good to be ambitious. But I also think it's good to be ambitious with yourself. Not so much others. And set the bar high for yourself and not for others, because you won't get let down. For me personally, it's helped me adopt the mindset that I do carry. And I think I have a pretty good mindset. It's helped me, get through everything thus far. And so there's a little food for thought, a food for thought. I love you guys. I've seen a couple of videos talking about the Erica and Candace meeting. There's a couple of things that I feel intuitively. I'm going to wait to say things until I see the trajectory of the next few days. I'm not going to make assumptions. I'm going to lead into it with faith and hope for both of them. And so that's kind of where I stand on it. I think that justice and truth and faith and integrity and dignity will always prevail. No matter what. I know that it will. And so we'll see. We'll see what the days to come look like. But I love you guys, and I hope you have a good day.